What up, YouTube? I wanted to do a quick video on my Xbox One collection. At the moment, I have about 50 games. Let's not waste time and get started, man. I'm just a huge Xbox fan that can't wait for the Xbox One X. Crackdown 3, Forza comes out this year, Assassin's Creed Origins. Just an exciting time to be a gamer. So first up, Alien Isolation. Great game that does an excellent job building the lore in that franchise. I love the movie, so I love the game, of course. I'm a massive Assassin's Creed fan. So Black Flag, I loved it. Can't say enough about it. The Ezio collection. Oddly enough, as much as I love Assassin's Creed, I actually only got into it this gen. So that's why I picked up the Ezio collection, because everyone said that 2 was the best and Ezio was the best assassin. I love those games. It did feel a little dated compared to the changes they made in the current gen ones, but I still love them. My favorite Assassin's Creed so far, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Jacob and Evie were amazing. Their chemistry was great. I love the story. It's odd because this is probably the most lighthearted Assassin's Creed story, and yet it ended up being my favorite by the time I beat everything. And when I play these games, I do everything, which is all the side missions and so on. Assassin's Creed Unity. I played this after the patches, so I actually liked the game a lot. I didn't experience the glitches. Well, there were some glitches where I played, but nothing that broke the game like the infamous ones you could find on YouTube for 3 years ago. The Borderlands Handsome Collection. Also have Borderlands 1 for backwards compat. This is just a great series. That it's like Assassin's Creed. I got into it pretty late, but that's because years ago I lost all my games, so I pretty much rebuilt my collection when the Xbox One came out. Still played them, needed them, love them. Borderlands 2 is fucking amazing, especially the remaster. Batman Arkham City and Arkham Asylum. I don't know why they didn't put Arkham Origins in, because this series of games is this is the definitive Batman game and the best superhero game I've ever played. Just fantastic. Both of them were playing as Batman. Man, just everything. If you haven't played these, pick up the remaster for sure. And Arkham Knight, another amazing Batman game that finished the series, I think. You do use the Batmobile a lot, which has been a complaint, but I actually didn't mind it, except for the one mission where you beat Deathstroke of all people on the Batmobile. Come on, man, it's Deathstroke. Go toe to toe with him. Battleborn. I like this game a lot. It doesn't have the best reputation, made by the same guys, Gearbox, who did Borderlands, and yeah, I enjoyed that. I put surprisingly a lot of hours into it. Dark Souls 2. I picked this up because of the following and the reputation it has for being difficult. So, and I always enjoy a challenge when I game. So this was one that I had to pick up. Same thing with Dark Souls 3. I picked both of them up together and play them back to back, which I actually don't recommend doing. If you're gonna go ahead and play these, might want to play something else in between. Give yourself a damn break. Dead Rising. I played this on the original Xbox 360. Loved it. But this was the only one I played until they start pumping out Dead Rising 2, which I believe came out recently as a remaster. I haven't gotten to the rest of the Dead Rising series, but they all look very, very fun given how good 1 was. So So yeah, and then Frank West returns in Dead Rising 4, and this is a Christmas theme, so you don't see that too often. Dishonored Definitive Edition, excellent game, absolutely great story. The powers are awesome. Corvo is the man. And then Dishonored 2, when I played as Emily this time around, and again, just absolutely loved it. Dragon Age Inquisition, huge fan of BioWare's work, so of course I had to pick this up. This is the Game of the Year edition that came with all the DLC, so I didn't have to pay extra. The Evil Within, great franchise, great game, I mean, because they got Evil Within 2 coming out later this year, made from Bethesda. Fallout 4, a game that I've played but have not beaten yet. I should definitely get back to it, but Fallout, man, another game. It's an open world RPG that is just huge, takes a lot of hours, so yeah, if you're gonna play that, just dig your teeth into it. One of the best looking games I've played this gen, Gears of War 4, is absolutely fantastic. The game is beautiful. You know, I can't wait to see how it looks on the X with all the 4K updates and the HDR and all that. I can't praise that game enough. Just Cause 3, a very fun open world game, lots of destruction, action. It reminds me of GTA, where you could get lost basically doing nothing and not even focusing on the mission. A fantastic fighter and Killer Instinct. I picked up the definitive edition so I could get the season 1 and 2 characters all in one. Just great fighter. Not the best fighter this gen. That one goes to Mortal Kombat. Lords of the Fallen, a Dark Souls-like game that I have yet to get to, but it does look very fun. Mad Max is one of those sleeper hits that came out of nowhere. This game, holy cow, is this game good. Man, just, I can't praise it enough. If you could pick this up for cheap, and I highly recommend it. Mafia 3, absolutely fantastic. I loved it. When I was playing, it crashed on me here and there. So if you get this, beware of crashing on the Xbox version. Otherwise, pick it up now, play it, love it, enjoy it as much as I did. Arguably the best story, or top 5 best story for any game is this gen. Man, it's great. Mass Effect Andromeda. Mass Effect is my all-time favorite video game series. So when I played this, I enjoyed it, loved it. I actually beat it last weekend. I did everything, you know, played as an adept, the whole 9. I don't see why people didn't like it so much. Well, they make it seem like it's a terrible game. I loved it, and by the time I beat it, just great stuff. Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. It's a game I haven't gotten to yet, but definitely on my backlog to play soon. I've heard nothing but great things. Middle Earth Shadow of Mordor, like Mad Max. This game is a sleeper hit that I don't know if anyone saw coming, but play it. It is amazing. And then get Shadow of War when it comes out in October. I'm telling you, just great game. Mortal Kombat XL, best fighter this gen so far. I had to pick up the XL version because I specifically wanted to play as all the horror characters, especially Jason and Leatherface. Of course, I love Mortal Kombat in general, but when I saw that these guys were the DLC packed, I knew that I had to pick this version up. Ori and the Blind Forest, hands down, just one of the best games this generation altogether. It's beautiful. It's emotional. The game is pretty difficult, but it's just non-stop fun. With this, you get the definitive edition and the original. You can find that for pretty cheap, and I say pick it up. Quantum Break, I love this game too. The story is fantastic. You should, if I were you, play it twice, get both sides of the story, see how both outcomes work. They have these little live action things in between each chapter that's pretty entertaining. They got my man Littlefinger from Game of Thrones as the main villain. The powers are cool. The game is absolutely beautiful. Pick it up. ReCore. Yeah, pick this up too. This game isn't too long. I just think I beat it in about 15 hours or so. It has its level of difficulty as well. But this game surprised me from its art style to the gameplay mechanics. It was a game that by the time I beat it, I was like, holy cow, how is nobody buying this game? Maybe Microsoft didn't promote it enough. I don't know. Resident Evil 4, one of the best games released. I played this back in the GameCube, so when I saw this on the Xbox One, I had to pick it up. Resident Evil 5, pretty good game. 6, yeah, pretty good as well. I can't say I like it as much as 4. Resident Evil 7, fantastic game. This time they put you first person, and it reminds me more of games like, say, Outlast. I guess that's a good comparison. Yeah, so pick that up. Resident Evil 2 Revelations. I have not gotten to this game yet, but looks pretty good from what I've seen. Rise of the Tomb Raider, a top 5 favorite game this whole generation, and that's saying a lot because I pretty much love damn near every game in my collection. But this game, beautiful. Gameplay was nice, fluid. It stayed fun the whole time. The story was excellent. I hope that they make another one to continue Lara's story. Just fantastic all around, worth every dollar. Rise Center Rome was a game that came out when the Xbox first came out. Short game. I actually beat this in about 10 hours, give or take. But it's still, you know, the story is the highlight, so is the graphics. The gameplay needs a lot of work though. It's pretty damn easy to beat, even on the hardest difficulty. Saints Row 4 and Get Out of Hell remastered. I have not gotten to this game yet, but I've heard good things about Saints Row, that it's just like GTA on crack, and that's saying a lot given how GTA plays. Sniper Elite 4. This is a game I bought recently with GameStop, buy 2 get 1 free thing. So I haven't played it yet, but it looks extremely fun, killing Hitler from what I've gathered. Sunset Overdrive. Arguably my favorite game this gen. I love it. I've did everything there is to do in the game. It's a game that I can go back and play and have fun with time after time after time. You can find this for like $10, I believe, with Xbox Digital Sale. If you don't pick it up, you're really missing out on a fantastic game. This was a game that's so good, it needs a fucking sequel. So Microsoft, stop being cheap, man. Pay Insomniac to get this game a part 2, because it's just beyond fantastic. Tales from the Borderlands. I'm not the biggest Telltale fan. Mainly, I'd rather just watch these games and spend money and playing it. But Tales from the Borderlands, yeah, this was fucking great. Like, it was so good that it almost made me spend money on their other games. I mean, I might end up getting the Batman one since I'm a huge DC fan and like Batman. So, but yeah, Tales from the Borderlands, amazing. Rise of the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, a fantastic game. Rise of the, this is the first Tomb Raider reboot, is what I mean. Rise of the Tomb Raider did everything better, but get this, you could find it very affordable. It's a fantastic game that you'll just love. The story is great. Watch Dogs. It started out fun, but the more I played it, admittedly, I got a little bored throughout. I did end up beating it, and for the most part, I enjoyed it. You know, there's some creative parts in the story. Kind of have that Ubisoft problem where, you know, kind of feels like they just put open world for the sake of it at times. But they rectified all that with Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs 2 is like Assassin's Creed 2, where it just improved everything on the original. Like the original Assassin's Creed is at best a decent game. Then you have Assassin's Creed 2, which is a great game. And that's how it is with Watch Dogs 2. If you don't play Watch Dogs 1, at least give 2 a chance. It's a very, very fun game. The story isn't nearly as deep, but it doesn't have to be. You know, Marcus is an awesome protagonist. I just love it. The Witcher 3, considered the best game this gen. 10 out of 10 classic. It's a game that you need to have in your collection. So pick it up, play it, love it, enjoy it. And you're going to spend about 200 hours on the game because it's a very long one, especially if you end up getting the DLC. And lastly, we have WWE 2K16. The game sucks. It has a lot of content, but there's a reason why I haven't played a wrestling game in like 5 years before buying this. It's just not fun to me. Well, there's my whole Xbox One collection. Just want to show you guys on YouTube. Hopefully you guys have and enjoy your own collection out there. So, alright guys, so if you play on PlayStation, PC, Nintendo, or Xbox, keep gaming guys. Later.